It feels live, right? It is live?
It is live.
It is? Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. Welcome to the WakeUp Show. And today I have to just like lie down for it's been a rough day. I don't know what happened. It just all fell apart. But you know, it all came together again just perfectly. That's the beauty of life. I don't know how your day's been, but mine's been, it's been rough, even though it wasn't even anything, everything was off. Woke up this morning, had a beautiful dream. And then, no, here's the thing. It was a lot of, there's minor things just sort of boil into just this entire existential mess where you'd be like, what, this is what I'm doing? And I was finishing up like the framing of the window in my daughter's room, and I was going to put this foam thing in like the gaps, I don't know, for insulation. And I've been seeing professionals doing this many times. So I was like, I can do this. I got this. There's not too much of the foam. Be very like gentle with the foam. And I was as gentle as a cautious lover on first date. I was super gentle. I wasn't gentle at all. I put so much foam in there. It was just like, because it expands, right? So it just came out like of just foaming out, like, and I had to like use a scraper to get it off. And I was like, well, it doesn't matter, it comes out, right? And it didn't become too messy, and I cleaned it up, and I looked at the window, it looks fine. And then I had dinner or whatever, and then I came back. This wasn't today, it was yesterday. And the foam had just expanded more, so the frame looked like this. It looks like boing. Fucked it up. And I was gonna like, I'd never done it before, and I was so sure I was gonna do it perfectly the first time, and I didn't. And then I just sort of went down on myself real hard, like, you piece of shit, no good handicraft person. Who do you think you are, trying to do what the professionals have spent years of trade school and stuff learning, and you're just gonna do it first time because you watched a YouTube clip of a guy doing it? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am also human. I am also the culprit in the whole giving up game, you know. Oh, it didn't go too well, so I gave up. But I have more windows in the house, and I'm going to fix those windows as well, because I'm no quitter. And I think, sitting here in the basement, ground zero of this gigantic love explosion that we're sort of putting into motion, I became like filled with doubt. Like, does this make any sense? Like, why on earth are you making a talk show in the basement in the evening after you put the kids to sleep? What's this all about? Pointless. But it's not. I came here to do this. I'm called to do this. The universe said to Ulf, hey man, you know what? You're going to be the next Letterman. So suit up and put your dickies on and go out there and create history. So that's what I'm doing. And when I realized we have a show this evening, I have a wonderful guest, and Andy's going to be here, and it's going to be great. And then I just sort of, fell back into that warm, comfortable feeling that is the universe, always taking care of you, even though you're like, no, you're not there catching me when I fall, you bastard black void of a nothingness, but you are. And I love you for it, dear universe. And you, my beloved viewer, thank you for being here. And by the looks of it, I believe you are awake. And that's the perfect time to do like the intro, right?
Yep.
Live from the dream, aka Drummond, it's the Wake Up Show with your host, Wolf Thunder Flitty.
It's pretty fast right now. He's sitting over here. That's because we're a talk show. And I decided to sort of allow myself my own lower third today. I'm Wolf Thunder Flitty, as the intro said, and I'm the next letterman. Now, how on earth can you aid in this quest of this young, handsome fellow going out into the world and going out into the San Francisco? It's not a river, right? It's the ocean. The bridge goes over the ocean, it's not a river.
I don't know.
It's the Bay Area. Yeah, I think, yes. I love the ocean. I love rivers as well. But what I would love is for you to go on patreon.com/The WakeUp Show and become a Patreon of the show, supporting our show, making all of our dreams come true, waking up into this glorious reality that is life. Sending this beautiful talk show to San Francisco to do what we're destined to do. Robert isn't here today. I don't know where he is. I tried calling him. He doesn't answer. I don't know. Well, if you're watching, hello, friend. Become a Patreon, you too. Okay. Enough of the ads. Let's look at the blah blah Patreon. Yeah, we've done that. I don't know. At times, it feels like, in proper talk shows, the host seems to be holding his space for an absurd amount of time before he allows the guests to come into the room. Like, for how long can I sit here talking about myself and about my life before we sort of get started with the fun stuff? Because I have a wonderful guest here tonight. That's just someone going to the bathroom upstairs because we're in the basement. I don't know, maybe the sound didn't... Well, it was the water running through the... We're in the basement, come on, that's normal. I'm very happy to welcome into the studio my dear friends who I don't know you that well, but this is the perfect time to get to know each other. Thomas Alexander Skog, or Forrest, come on into the studio, man. Applause, applause, applause. Do you want a hug?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Oh. I'm going to hold it a bit lower because it's been like a rough day and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, man. Have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you.
So you have to hold up your... So you're you're not a functional medicine man? Get that, throw that away. This is what you are now.
So tonight I'm this guy.
Apodemus.
Apodemus.
Yes. Are you a rapper of sorts?
No, I'm a sound creator.
A sound creator, yes you are.
Yeah.
I know, we met the first time at the Body Mind Spirit Festival.
Yeah.
Right, and you were in the shamanistic circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good talk.
Yeah.
Have we met since?
No.
No.
So
But
it's
now.
like 2 years ago.
Yes,
But so I met you on your podcast.
Yes, you were a guest on our podcast. The Infinite podcast, or Uendelig as it was in Norwegian, because we were speaking Norwegian. But, things have happened. I got a mission from God and James Court, and we're doing it in English now.
Yeah.
It's an international thing, right?
The
The
whole
world is our oyster.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah, of course. The universe.
The universe. Think big. I like that. That's good, man. Now, when you said Apodemus, I was like, that's the forest mouse, right? Or the wood mouse?
It's a Latin word for mouse. The mouse family, and the wooden mouse is Apodemus sylvaticus.
Yes.
The little wooden mouse.
And of this, there's this Norwegian author named Thorbjørn Egner, who writes a story about the Apodemus and the other mouse. So it's Morten forest mouse
And Klatremus.
and
The climbing
mouse. And here's the thing: like when I read when I read the book for my firstborn, I was so annoyed at the climbing mouse. Because it doesn't give a damn, it just plays music and like everything will work itself out and it's like just so zen about the whole thing. Whereas Morten, the forest mouse is like gathering nuts and like I have to prepare for winter and all of that. And it was like, why doesn't the climbing mouse care more about the future? Why doesn't he worry about the future more? Why is he so carefree? That annoys the hell out of me. I got upset and I told my wife after I read the book, I think this book gives a wrong idea to kids about just living life and not caring about what happens next. Mm-hmm. Lord behold, turns out that's a very important life lesson.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, look at that guy go. And he is stealing from some guy. I see sort of like the duality of that thing, but that's just like he's fully present in the moment. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
So I'm probably the wooden mouse transforming myself to the climbing mouse.
Yes.
And both are Apodemus.
How worried are you about the future?
Not worried about the future.
Have you been worried about the future?
Yeah,
Have you
course.
Tried worrying?
I tried worrying very much.
Did it work?
Yeah, it had some effects on me.
Really?
Anxiety, depression, all of that thing. It works very well. So worrying is very effective in not being present in the moment.
Yes. Yes. I've tried it too.
Yeah.
Tried it
many years. I spent.
Tried it this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worked great.
Yeah. It's a perfect method for not being present.
So, because I've noticed on your Facebook you've been posting a lot about windmills.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've seen the film Tenet. Have you seen the film Tenet? It's a great film by Christopher Nolan. Yeah. Not important, but in it there's like they're at sea. And they have the windmills out at sea, and cinematographically speaking, it looks great. Mm-hmm. But that's not my point. Only I digress. Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to be like sort of like the green solution to Earth's oil problems, right? Mm-hmm. And now this in the show, typically I do research beforehand where I go out into the dream. Mm-hmm. And asked my fellow dreamers what they think about windmills. Mm-hmm. But today was a shit day and it was raining. Mm-hmm. So I didn't go outside. So I haven't prepared anything, but I thought maybe we can ask Andy. Do you have any thoughts about windmills? What are your thoughts about windmills?
Not many thoughts, really. I don't feel like I have done enough research to have.
You don't have to, because I'm just asking you a question. There's no strings attached. Good answer, man. What's the thing with windmills? And is it important? I don't know.
No, not very important probably, but I don't like the way it destroys nature. It's for me it's a very it's a symbol like how the humanity expands this unlimited growth on
yes, because we need to just sort of push it further, right? We want this to be an endless.
So it's like it's like the ego. It has to grow, and the economy has the same. Like it has to grow and grow and grow, and as we actually are growing and growing and growing, our potential is becoming less and less. It decreases.
You know, in mythical tales, the dragon will keep hoarding stuff just to get more and more and more and more and more until he has it all.
Yeah,
and then it is complete.
Mm-hmm.
But the dragon is a mythical, fable creature, as is the ego in a sense, I guess. Mm-hmm. But we do tend to believe it's so real that without it we would be totally screwed. I don't know. But it is, I do like there is something like man against man over nature, where it's like, well, we can use winds. We'll just prop up these huge, massive poles with a turbine on top.
So nature is like just for utility.
Yes,
it's a tool we can use for our purpose.
So It feels to me like
this is how I think many people are. So it's like our human right.
Yeah,
to take this.
Yes,
part.
it has no value except for what we can take out of it. And I had the same experience with animals. There is this idea where animals are below us, right? So we can do what we like with them. We can sort of breed them, we can slaughter them, we can eat them. It's no problem because they're just animals. And then it's, slowly shifting, it's been for quite a while, into a more, is that really true? Are animals just animals, or are they sentient beings who actually deserve the respect, love,
Of course.
care?
Yeah.
And the same with nature.
You and me, we are part of nature. In my
Not
opinion.
separate from it.
So we are part of the universe, and in my opinion, the whole universe is filled with soul or spirit.
Yes.
And actually, I think this crazy expanding orientation, the expanding ego, is actually a reaction to not being in contact with that spirit.
You need to fill the void with something, right?
Yeah.
Because I can identify with that, because when I was a very atheist, very science-based man, there was this void, and I tried to, just
Complete it.
yes, fill it up with stuff.
Yeah, more and more.
Yes.
Complete.
And then obviously I did a whole lot of worrying, and then I sort of depression and anxiety was just like the icing on the cake of a beautiful.
So I've been through the same process. I was like a full-blown atheist for many, many years. So I thought I can reason everything.
Yes.
Like finding the logic behind everything. Until...
What made you surrender, my friend?
I think it was love. So I experienced love. I couldn't reason. I couldn't...
That is absurd, right?
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. So when I met that really, really deep loving feeling, so that was that was the beginning of my turning point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started slowly and then went into like an existential crisis, and then
I've been there. It's I think it goes. That's part of the journey, at least for most of us.
For me, it was like almost 21 years ago, my big life crisis, and then started picking myself up again and building a new life out of it. It was my most important experience to have this difficult period.
Isn't that strange? That the most difficult periods in your life,
is now it's my most valuable experience.
right?
This is something I wouldn't miss.
It's sort of like, when you go to school and then you have the whole school year, but at the end you have the exam. And that's sort of like the thing that cements your experience. Like, how did you go on your exams? And life gives us these like important life lessons. And they're hard.
And then if you manage to go through those phases, what's behind it is so much better.
Do you think it's possible to walk around them?
You can avoid it for a lifetime.
But I think you can avoid it for many.
But you cannot go around, but you can just stay there
Yes.
without daring.
Yes.
Because the process of going through those experiences, it's very, very demanding.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
It's as if you were
It's
challenged at your sort of core.
It's impossible to go through those experiences with your need to control. So somehow you have to just release and just let it go.
Yes. Which is what I did earlier today.
Yeah.
Even though I have had years of exercise in this, still it's hard.
Of
Because
course.
there's a part of me, it's like that's very weak of you to sort of not fight it or try to control it, and then it's like just
Breathe.
relax, breathe.
Stay in it. Experience it.
God, God damn it, why aren't you here all the time? Why can't you just be like, can lock you up in the basement and like have you, that's also obviously an experience, but still, I think friendship is preferable to entrapment, in a sense, yeah. It was, when I thought about windmills, I thought about Don Quixote, which is a fictional character. And I guess the reason why is because he's fighting windmills. Because he believes they are giants. And they take his pole and, well, he loses. Actually, I believe Don Quixote loses every battle he... Have you read the book?
No.
But I should.
Books. I know the book, but I haven't read it. I should probably.
I think Terry Gilliam even made a film, which he has trouble getting it sort of out into the world, which is poetic because
it's the same.
That's the problem with
the character.
The character in the book.
Yeah.
So the book is from like the 1600s, so it's old school.
Yeah.
But it's a guy who's sort of pursuing his dream, even though society says he's crazy. And I sort of felt I could identify that in myself because, you know, I'm on this mission, I'm on this journey, and then someone maybe say, but why on earth would you do that? It's crazy. Why couldn't you just like go back,
keep on with the normal stuff,
do the normal stuff, do the normal job, you know, go on vacations, buy ice cream if you feel a bit depressed. But you know, I know that there's so much more, and I know that I can actually experience it in this lifetime if I dare sort of jump out the window of the airplane and trust that I did actually bring a parachute.
So you should try it, the parachute.
Should I try it before I jump?
No. You should, I suggest you pack your own parachute.
That's great advice, right? Don't let anyone else pack your parachute. Trust yourself, pack your parachute. Maybe listen to the words of advice or wisdom.
You can have some instruction how to do it.
Yeah. Don't just start out, because that'll go like when I did the window thing, right? And you pack it too tight and then that only implodes in the airplane.
But generally in life, I suggest that to prepare yourself, make your own preparations. Like the parachute is your life's to prepare for the adventure.
Yes.
And you can prepare for many years.
Yes, I've prepared for lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like at times,
sooner or later you have the jump.
At times it feels like I've been preparing since the beginning of time, and that obviously sounds like a lot, but at the same time enjoying this journey also. Yeah,
so I've used this metaphor when I had this period I was talking about 20 years ago when I had a big life crisis. It felt like I've been climbing on a big mountain wall, and I was just I couldn't climb anymore. I was stuck there. But I could have stayed there for a lifetime just holding onto that wall.
Yes.
And then suddenly I just had to release the grip and jump off the wall. And it was like jumping into free fall.
You had to let go. And
somehow I'm still free falling.
With style.
Yeah, learning to maneuver. I never hit the ground so far.
Well, if you're totally present in the now. There's never going to...
Sometimes it goes a little slower.
Thank you for all the rest of us struggling down in the pits of despair.
I like this metaphor. Like coming to this point, should I stay just being this? Is this all in life?
Yeah.
Should I just cling on to this mountain wall, or should I just let go? Not going to death, or just like jumping into life.
Yes, but it's this thing where we talk about the metaphorical death, and also this thing called the rebirth, which is the mechanism of growth. Is you have to let the old die to welcome the new. The new is not smaller than what was previous, it's actually bigger, includes more, encompasses more. But it's hard because you know it's tempting to believe that all you have is like these boxes behind you, and like you gotta hold on to this for dear life, because if I lose them, where am I at then?
Yeah.
Leap of faith, like trust. There's like huge mechanisms involved that you can't sort of find a scientific grounding for.
It's based on trust.
Yes, and you have to find it like, in yourself.
So trust is, and confidence.
Yeah.
Self-confidence. So it's actually about having trust in your soul, the confidence, and it's that you have the resources to create what you would like to experience in this lifetime.
Yes. I should write this down, but we have it it's being broadcasted. It should be fine. It's here for all eternity. Just rewind forward. It's great.
Yeah.
Wow. In times of crisis, you need to trust yourself, and that you've packed your own.
And also trust relationships and other, so we are not solitary.
Yeah, I remember. I love this guy Rob Bell, American pastor, wonderful human being, who talked about like everyone you meet is a teacher of sorts. Question is just, are you willing to accept the lesson that they're giving you? Some of them may be gentle and warm. Some might be rough and traumatizing. But you can sort of learn, grow, become a wise old sage.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're in the basement talking to this fella. That's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so I think because you said you're not just a mouse, you're also a sound guy.
Yeah. So
And I know I've heard you doing like the mouth harp thing, which is really cool. And so you said you would be bringing some stuff in today. I don't know, would you care to play some of your instruments, or at least maybe give us a little something? Did you say you had like the didgeridoo even?
I have the several instruments. Didgeridoo. Would you like to? Should I play didge now?
Should we didge a little?
Didge a little?
What do you say, Andy? Do you like the didge? Is that what they call the Aborigines call it? The didge?
So this is this didge. This is made from a Norwegian birch tree.
So this is made in locally made.
Yeah. So I made my I haven't made this, but I made my own my first didge this spring actually from.
You've made your own?
Yeah. So the same process, you split the lodge and you carve it out and glue it together. So this is a Norwegian birch tree, and I like very much the sound of it. This is a very, very gentle didge.
Let's hear it. believe I have a button.
Yeah, thank you. So this is...
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it very much because it's... this instrument, I get very in contact with the sound because it's created with how I use the diaphragm in the mouth, and the sound is shaped by this tree. So I can somehow feel getting in touch with this old previous tree when I play.
Wow. Is it hard?
No, it's actually, you have to be very... You can try.
You can try?
Yeah.
So I just do like this?
Like that, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. That
just sounds like a fart.
That's a toot. That's an overtone. So you have to... like this. You have to practice for some weeks before you get any sound out of it. But when you first make the drone, then it's only...
Sitting in nature with this fine instrument.
I do that.
I can see why.
Yeah. So playing this in with a fire, with a crystal clear lake, playing for hours. That's my kind of meditation.
That's beyond meditation. That's just like taking it one step further. That's great. But a bit more practice. If not, I will only be able to make fart sound. That's not.
That's a start.
It is a start.
Yeah.
It's a fart. It's a start. It rhymes. Now, you speaking of diaphragm, seems like the perfect time to do our because I have prepared some material. Our editor has prepared some material because you may be aware that if you're a Patreon, you get the full ULF experience, which is a documentary about me becoming the next Letterman. Yeah. And the episode 2 is coming out any time now. Yeah. We're just like putting the finishing touches on the work of art, and I got a clip from I believe we are going to this production company to pitch the show and see if they can help us out, sort of make it into something bigger or something. Rabbi is a bit worried about money, it seems, but well, I guess he's not here, so that's his story. Let's see this clip of ours. New Valley. That's where we're going, right?
New Valley.
We're going to Monday on a Thursday.
Thursday.
It's complicated. It's pretty funny, right? We're waking them up. We are planting seeds now. It doesn't really matter, like, the outcome. Us showing up, us doing, like, just saying. There is a bigger picture. There is a larger. I don't know. You have to trust, like, intuition, gut feeling, like, just. Trust the path. Isn't that the phrase?
It's a phrase.
So we're now going into Monday on a Thursday.
Yeah.
To pitch the WakeUp Show and give them the real ULF experience. You ready?
I'm ready.
Say, hey Monday on a Thursday.
Hey Monday.
You have to mean it, man.
Hey Monday.
Hey Monday.
Hey Monday.
Hey Monday. We're coming to wake you up.
We're coming to wake you up.
Like from your diaphragm, like we're coming to wake you up. Okay.
Okay.
So this is now we're in the vortex. Okay. Isn't that what that guy who's a woman says?
Abraham Hicks.
Abraham Hicks.
Yeah.
We're in the vortex now. So stay in the vortex. Let's go up and be unfuckable, like always. Come on.
Okay.
Put my suit on.
It's nice.
You put on your nice shirt. Point of no return.
Syvende etasje.
Here we are.
Yep. So obviously, just to give you a taste of what it's like to go pitching a show. And if you want to see the whole thing, obviously you have to become a patron. But you're already a patron. Thank you so much for being a patron.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So and there was a diaphragm in there. That's what I meant. Which is between your stomach and your lungs or something?
Yeah, it's the most important breathing muscle. So it's a muscle that pulls the lungs down when you take a breath.
Yes, because I've been starting to go to yoga classes during the day, which is great. And then we do breathing exercise, and also the yoga instructor was like, and then this is when you use your diaphragm. I was like, oh, really? That's what it's for. And also she explained why the stomach goes up and down because it's pushing. So with learning experience. But you are a doctor.
Yeah. So I'm a specialist in neuroradiology.
In what now?
Neuroradiology, so diagnosis of the central nervous system.
Okay.
Working in Oslo University Hospital. So that's my professional job, my specialty. That's interesting, but it's not really a part of this journey.
No.
Yeah.
It's part of...
Yeah, the ordinary life.
But you know, Superman, he has the day job at the newspaper, and then he goes out saving the world.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a bit standing on 2 feet in 2 different realities, and it's perfectly okay for me to play with this sound universe.
Yes.
And going in the morning, going to the job, doing important diagnosis.
Yes, and it is obviously important for those currently in that situation.
Yeah, so that's an important job. This is a fun part of life.
Yes, the serious part.
Yeah.
And the more fun.
And so of course I somehow mix them a little.
Yes, but maybe, you know, I think, and I can only speak from my own experience, which is the best part to speak, is that when you take life too seriously, it becomes very painful and very serious and very horrible, and then all its magic is gone, and it's just suffering and pain
and somehow I realized that so this is a role I go into, the professional role as a doctor, and I'm quite where I don't want to put all my identity into it.
No, it's a part you play.
Yeah, so I know how to do this job, but like it's interesting, but it's not the most important part of this journey.
No,
but it's a necessity.
Yes. Like this talk show.
Yeah, but it was very important part of my journey to become a doctor.
Yes.
So this was like I put this. It was like something I have to manage to to become a human being with self-esteem, and I thought all this academic things was
the path to sort of fulfillment.
And then when I further into the future,
yes, and then somewhere
just
out there,
a little bit more.
Yes, there's an effort. We call it the smooth place. It's when you finally get there, which seems to never work, especially when you're pursuing this sort of that solution to your life lies somewhere in the future.
And the professional life has also different phases you go through, stages you go through. So now, like now, I'm more like a senior. So my job is now much more into advising.
Oh yeah, the younger staff.
The younger, yeah. Building up their self-confidence.
So you're like a mentor now.
Yeah.
Do you get to wear a robe?
What?
You know, like a Jedi or like a tan robe.
I don't like it. So I just
more like a sage, not like the white, the doctor's robe, but maybe if you come in, like more like a mystical.
Yeah, I could.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and take out my hair and.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not very identified with the doctor role actually, but it's interesting and it's a part of my journey that as well. But but it's very limited. It's like how you have to behave as a doctor.
Yes, there's not lot of sort of space to move around in.
No.
In the doctor suit.
It's very much like a professional way to behave.
Yes. Well, I also I can relate in terms of because I always felt like I wanted to work with film and television, but I was sure I was supposed to be behind the camera because I couldn't be in front of the camera. I'm a tall, weird guy who can't do anything other than like technical stuff. So I became really good at it, and then it was like, this is the thing that's gonna make the thing over the thing and the thing, and then I'd be at the smooth place, and that was not working at all. But at the same time, it did put me in the position to break out of it, and then all of a sudden find me in the talk show host chair. And now I'm just grateful for that experience. But I gotta tell you, that was poetry. So, this morning, I was feeling like I'm not a good crafts worker guy, which I love, like doing things with my hands, like working with the house and stuff. I like that. And then I was like, why on earth am I doing this show? Is it really like, is that the path? And then the phone rings and there's a guy. Hey, we would like you to come and work on a film with us. Could you come tomorrow? It was like that. And I was like, no. I have bigger fish to fry. But the invitation was there. Do you want to go back to the old thing? Or do you want to trust the new thing? I trusted the new thing. Good. I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back there, because it was like it was a great project with great people. And I was like, oh, that'd be fun. And then he even was like, do you want to do this like a bit further on? And I was like, no, this is what I'm the talk show host now. And then I told him I'm the talk show host.
You were reminded.
It was a friendly reminder that I'm on the right path.
I had my reminders as well.
They're cool, right?
Yeah. and you, when you get those reminders, they are so clear, so crystal clear. It's no doubt when you get like.
Oh, and I think I even said it out loud this morning in the mirror. It's like, I need like a proper sign today, and it rang. So it's. This machine always delivers. And I think it's horrible to call it a machine, because it's not a machine. It's just a lovely thingamabob.
But when you have this kind of experience or awareness, then you should also be a bit cautious about what you want to experience. So what you call out.
Yeah, what you ask for, right?
What you ask for.
You will have.
Yeah, so...
I am well aware of that.
Yeah, so be aware of that. That's my advice.
I love Star Wars because I think Star Wars, like George Lucas is just tapping into the whole thing with the whole force. Where it's like, beware of what you're projecting into your future. Like, beware of what you're, for the most part, what we're limiting ourselves into believing. So it's like, it can't go, it will not succeed. And you're totally right. It's a very, it requires intention and sort of direction.
And also specificity, or like you could be quite detailed, but not too detailed. But you could be very. Actually, you could be quite specific about what you want in the future. And in my experience, it turns out.
Yes, it does. It's pretty cool. It's like the whole thing was rigged in our favor.
Yeah.
Weird. I was going to play a song on guitar, but I thought because we did a little check whether we could play together, and you got your. Is it called a mouth harp? Or is
It's actually called a juice harp.
A what?
A juice.
Like juice, like orange juice.
Jew? I don't know. Jews harp or a Norwegian.
Or as the Gentile, like a Jewish harp.
The Norwegian is.
You need somewhere to put this huge, massive.
Munnharpe. It's all used actually internationally. This munnharpe.
So I wanted to play a song which I thought was cool because I like it and I can't remember the lyrics, but that doesn't matter because I have my daughter's iPad and that solves, and it's, let's see. Are we good, Andy?
Yep.
I like that. Let's see if we can sort of play this thing together. That's where it's gonna go when you die. When you die and they lay you to rest, gonna go to that place that's the best. Yeah, that was great.
First time in history.
That's what happens at the WakeUp Show. It's a place where history is made. Oh yeah. So you've been displaying some instruments, but I remember you talking about Now I'm talking about it like this is. You brought the gong. I think it's time for the gong.
Should we play the gong?
Is it
Or
anything?
should we talk about sound? Why I'm interested in sound first?
God damn it! You should be the host of the show. Yes, let's.
Yeah.
Why this? So I'm wondering, like, I'm really curious. Why are you so interested in sound? I've been wondering about that for. Tell me.
Yeah, I realized that sound is a way of experiencing spiritual things. So I use sound to get into contact with the spirit.
Oh.
And I realized that many people who are interested in spiritualism, they spend a lot of time trying to figure it out and trying to explain and reason and finding somehow intellectualizing the whole experience very much. So it could be very theoretical. And in my opinion, some kinds of sounds are
That's like explaining love.
So it doesn't need any explanation. It's just an experience, and it gets very, very direct in my opinion. It doesn't ask. It just gives you this experience.
God damn it! That's very clever.
Yeah, and I don't have to explain it.
Just
I can
experience it.
I can describe what I experienced while I was doing it, or you can describe your experience. That would be nice, but to explain it, it's like explaining what is love, or to prove it.
Let's prove love.
Let's prove the sound. It's a vibration.
Yes, and all of this thing is sort of like vibrational, is it not?
Yeah, in my opinion, the whole universe is a function of vibration and harmonics and interference patterns and interactions.
Yes.
On many, many different levels, from the microcosmos to the galaxies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just playing a really slow song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's bring in the gong, shall we? Do you need a hand with the gong? Yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
It's a little gong.
It's a little. Let's bring in the gong. See if I just like. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we go because we had some. We tried it. We tested. There's a position for it, right?
Yeah. So this is the gong.
Will you look at that? It's a gong. It's huge.
Yeah. So this is
Wait a second, I think it needs an applause because it's. There's a gong. Do you want to hear the gong button here first? That's not a gong, that's a chicken. Sorry. Now, this is what people think a gong sounds like. So you said you need to stand at the back.
I like to play in the...
So now you're sort of the gong now.
Yeah. And you can...
The sound, everything is sort of like tip-top awesome, right?
You can play with this.
You can play with this?
Microphone. But not on the front.
At the back?
Yeah.
Should we start? Let's start the gong.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I believe I just had an orgasm.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Damn!
That's how you play.
Do you want to sit in front of the gong, or do you want to? Because you were sort of, people couldn't really see you, but you were really like you and the music were one.
Yeah, get into the gong.
Oh yeah.
So this is one of my latest instruments.
Yeah, it's small. You can like bring it with you on small trips, or
It's not the most practical instrument, so this one is, so the juice harps are, this is something I can just put in the pocket. And
yeah, that's easier to bring around.
yeah, but I have a car.
You have a car.
It just fits into it,
Yes,
as you said.
just barely.
1 millimeter greater diameter I wouldn't have gotten into my car. So, yeah, so this is how I'd like to express myself, through making sound.
I don't understand why do drugs when you can gong? It's, man, that was powerful. Sorry, I didn't mean to put down drugs. I know they have their uses as well.
You have some
What you got?
cup of tea?
You got tea there as well?
Yeah. This is shaga tea.
Shaga tea.
Yeah, pick it myself in the woods. It's part of the experience.
Shaga.
Yeah, so shaga is commonly used in shamanistic rituals. It's not a drug. It doesn't give you any drug-like effects, but it's energizing, in my opinion.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought it looks like coffee. It's not. And it's got a very nice grounded feeling. I don't know if you've ever tried the Peruvian brew ayahuasca.
No.
It's very thick, but it's got like an earth-like quality. I have to say, but this is way more pleasant to drink. Also, I don't think I will be having a 8-hour psychedelic experience in an hour. So that's because I'm going to take the kids to school tomorrow. That's going to be a trick, really.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. But you made this.
Cheers.
Andy, do you want some? Do you want to try the forest brew?
Sure.
Because I got the cup is half full now, half. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Cameraman.
Thank you.
I think this would be nothing without Andy. It would be just us enjoying ourselves, not be able to share it with the world.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, man.
Yeah. So how did you like the sound experience?
Loved this experience. It's transcendent. It's like and I don't have a word for it. Effectively, it's as well. You pointed that out. It is. And what I do like, because obviously we're so accustomed to music having a beginning and an end. Like pop music is very like structured around a very like structure. But there's something. This just takes me into a timeless space where it just
grabs you.
Yeah, and it's like a dance. It just sort of like.
It's like I many times when I play, I feel like it's like 1,000 persons inside the gong singing.
Yeah.
And it could be, for some people, it could be quite overwhelming experience because it's so massive, the sound of a gong like this. And when I'm playing it, I feel like my whole body is starting to vibrate.
So for how long could you potentially be gonging?
2-3 hours if I can. Yeah. But I usually play for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but still, that's what's so cool about the timeless space. It's whether it's an hour, it's 15 minutes. It's just.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Was it a million years? Was it a minute? I don't know. It was great.
Yeah.
Wow. So need to get myself one of those.
Yeah. Martin Blese is a maker.
Is the Gong man?
Yeah, a German. It's a handmade gong made of this very good gong master.
Yeah. But you are truly a master of playing the gong. You gotta say that. And the great touch with the harp.
Yeah, it was a few.
No. That's all part of like the all part of the experience. Speaking of experience, camera. Because I have another clip from the episode 2 pitch experience. Let's see how it went when we go in pitching the show to Monday Productions.
Jeg tror han har fått denne gang, vet du. Av noen snille folk. Sånn, hei.
So okay with you guys that we film this for prosperity?
Ja, men det spørs om det, altså, det er jo ikke, dere kan ikke publisere det I alle steder, gjør dere det, eller?
Well, the ULF experience is for now, a very, shall we say, like exclusive thing.
Collab.
But how is everything going with you?
You guys.
Can you give a short...
Quite good. Quite good. No corona yet.
No corona.
What are you doing
with your
these
help?
days?
I'm still working at University College.
What are you doing these days?
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Also doing some work at home, because if not, my wife will kill me for not finishing our lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is Drammen, isn't it?
This is Drammen, or like we like to call it, the dream.
The dream.
So I am living the dream. And it just sort of became apparent that if we're going to do this, we have to do it properly, and we have to do it like 100,000%, not just like horse around on our free time.
But actually, and that's true. If you really want something, you have to,
Yes.
Go for it, and give yourself an amount of time, maybe, and try
Yes.
to make it happen.
Yes. Or as I like to say, make it happen.
Make Drammen great again.
Yes. Yeah. But obviously, my vision exceeds Drammen by quite a bit, because our intention is to be a global phenomenon. We're not just looking for the dream, but we're starting out in the dream. But I think that's a perfect. Like I think now we show them a clip from the show. We don't have to show them a clip. We're in the show.
Yeah.
We don't have to. It was. I thank you so much to the wonderful people at Monday. That was Lars and Stina who welcomed us. And obviously, if you want to see the rest of how the pitch goes and all of that good stuff, you have to become a Patreon at patreon.com/the WakeUp Show. And this song, I just made it up on the fly. Boopity boop bop. Come on by to the WakeUp Show. More blah. We did some blah there. You excited to see the episode 2 of the ULF experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should.
It's gonna be. It's great. I have the ULF experience 24/7, and obviously as a patron you can actually get a glimpse of it, and it's important to remember also that you have your own experience. Just remember to stay present in it, and then before you know it, there's a guy in your basement with a big ass gong giving you an experience you thought it was. You'd never think possible to have such a great experience on a Thursday night.
Especially not after this morning.
No, especially not like this. If you ask me this morning, it's like everything is shit, and then it's like just stay in the shit for a while, relax, and there you go. Reborn.
Yeah.
Yes. Which brings me to a segment which I call Ulf's Quote. Because I like to search the internet far and wide to find a quote that seems to sort of sum up today's episode. And I've used this modern technological device called an iPad. And then I searched and I found a quote which I really like, and I think you guys will like it too. So Thomas, I show the quote to you, and you can say it into that camera. I'll hold it like this.
Yeah. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
It's a pretty good quote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it starts with you.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, the difficulties. It was a starting point for me, but I evolved, and it's all sort of comes back to you.
I've spent so much energy trying to change the world.
Yes.
Without changing myself.
And look, we have a perfect circle with the Don Quixote thing, because he goes out trying to change the world, but he didn't really have to change anything. He could just be happy to be himself. He was always a knight in shining armor. He didn't have to prove anything. There was no princess to rescue, no damsel in distress.
No.
You're already at the party. That's pretty cool. I think I did prepare another, because I'm feeling in the fun mood, because I conquered my fear of horses.
Yeah.
And then I made a small trailer for the episode, So it's just more of me. But let's run that clip as well, just like to get people more like, we need to become patrons, we need to get on board with this stuff.
Yeah.
Run clip.
I do believe I have found my roots. I am a horseman, a rider of horses. I think my Indian ancestors would be really proud of me. Just two bros in nature. We got this.
Only on Patreon. If you want to see how I end up on that horse, and how Karianne felt like when I all of a sudden, long story short, become a Patreon, and obviously tune in every Thursday to watch the Wake Up Show, and it's been this day who started out. Horribly ends up being just another wonderful, beautiful day. Thomas, thank you so much for coming here to the basement with your gong and with your you're a magician when it comes to sound, I gotta say.
Thank you for inviting me.
And from the bottom of my heart, I love you. I love you sharing your journey with us. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
Thank you too.
And Andy, thank you so much for being here. I love you too. And viewer, I love you unconditionally. Patreon or no Patreon. Obviously you patrons, I get a little extra love. No, because it's unconditional, unlimited, bottomless heart. Don't worry about it. I was going to end with a song, which I thought describes how I felt this morning, but also transformed into how I'm feeling tonight. Yes. So thank you so much for watching. Tune in next Thursday. Same thing, same whatever. I'm just gonna start playing now. I'm running out of. I'm at a party I don't wanna be at, and I don't even wear a suit and tie yet. Wondering if I should sneak out the back. Nobody's even looking me in my eyes. And you take my hand, finish my drink, say, shall we dance? Oh yeah. You know I love you, did I ever tell you? You make it better like that. Don't think I fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. I always feel like I'm nobody who wants to fit in anyway. But I don't care when I'm with my family, yeah. All the bad things disappear, and you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my family, yeah. 'Cause I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere, and you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. Should I play the second verse also? Yes. Because then it's a we, because we're here together. We at a party we don't want to be at. Trying to talk but we can't hear ourselves. See your lips, I'd rather kiss them right back. With all these people all around, I'm crippled with anxiety. But I'm told it's where I'm supposed to be. You know what? It's kind of crazy, but I really don't mind. You make it better like that. Don't think we fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. When we walked in, I said, I'm sorry. But now I think that we should stay. It's a bit low. But I don't care. When I'm with my talk show, yeah, all the bad things disappear. And you're making me feel like maybe I'm somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my family, yeah. 'Cause I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere. And you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my family, yeah. And now, I believe here it's the right time for you to do like a proper gong to sort of outro the show. Thank you so much. It's great. Run the outro clip. That's, oh man.